Hi guys, welcome back to my Exvius guide. Now I'm going to talk about Kryla. Let's begin with her stats. She is a debuffer or breaker, so I compare her to other support who are 5 stars base, Roy and Mary. So as a support, the only stats that matters are health, defense, and spirit. Like you can see, those stats are simply normal, nothing extraordinary or anything. For health, she learns health plus 30%, which is quite nice because Mary doesn't get any health boost unawakened, okay? For defense and spirit, she only able to get either defense or spirit plus 20%, and that's kind of bad in my opinion. She has 30% less chance of being targeted by enemies, but I think it is just too small. Also, poison and disease resist are good, but not that important. So I don't think her survivability is good. 15% all elemental resists are not that useful too, especially if you remember that 3 stars Cloud of Darkness has 50% all elemental resist. So yeah, nothing special here. 20% physical and magical evasion are nice, but again, not that useful unless you able to increase it further. She also deals 50% extra magic damage against human and undead. It is too niche in my opinion to be useful. Also, she doesn't have auto refresh like ability. So yeah, in my opinion, her stats is kind of bad. Mediocre at best, okay? So what about her abilities? So yeah, enough about stats, let's take a look on it. She has new unique ability on this game. Let's start with Jinx. So she able to use her Jinx skill twice in one turn, using Witchcraft. She able to break the enemies using Jinx Sap. The effect of the skills are 50%, and because you can cast 2 of Jinx skills in one turn, you are very flexible with what you need. On most hard battle, you want to start with Jinx, Sap Attack, and Magic. This will greatly reduce the enemy's offensive power. However, what you need to pay attention on these Jinx skills is the side effect. The skill will fill your LB gauge by 1 to 2 LB crystals per cast, okay? And because you can cast this twice, you can get to 4 LB crystals per turn. The downside of Jinx Break is the MP cost. It costs you 26 MP per cast, so you need 52 MP per turn. Pretty big MP cost for single target break. Other than stats break, there are 3 Jinx skills which can imperil enemies' elemental resist. The skill also deals 3 times magic damage, but it is based on spirit. However, like I have said on stats review, her spirit is kinda low, and if you equip rope, you only get 20% spirit, so I don't think you should care about this skill spell damage. The imperial effect is 50%. So yeah, the element depends on your chosen skill, okay? So it is nice to support your chainers elemental damage, but this skill is kinda inferior compared to Jinx stats break because it doesn't fill your LB gauge, and LB is really important for her. So enough for Jinx skills. Let's talk about her unique skill. The skill is Hex Eye. This skill will inflict enemy with Hex stats. Hex stats is a new effect on this game. Basically, this skill is like poison. It deals damage at the end of enemy's turn. However, the damage is based on how many negative effects and ailments on the enemy. One negative effects or ailments are, worth 10,000 damage. This is why I think that if you simply want to max her damage, okay, you don't need to use her Jinx Imperial because like you know that many chainers, 5-star chainers, able to imperil the enemies resist by themselves, except for Onion Knight. So yeah, if you simply want to maximize her damage, then I think you should use normal imperil, okay? Because normal imperil will reduce all elemental resist, which means 8 negative effects. So there are enemies who have partial stats break, so that way you won't get full damage, okay? But yeah, most enemies can also be inflicted by 4 stats break. Also, until now, okay, I cannot remember any enemies have resist against elemental resist imperil, okay? This means this hex will deal at least 80,000 damage per turn. Remember that negative element also increase the damage, but I don't think the damage from elements are reliable because most of hard bosses have all elements resist. So against normal enemy, you don't need to use this, okay? Because I believe you can kill normal enemies easily without waiting turn, okay? So yeah, it's only useful against tough enemies such as boss. The damage she dealt may seem small, okay? So what? Only 10,000? But remember, if you have 8 elemental imperils, that means 80,000, and that's pretty big if you fight an enemy such as Marlboro. Okay, so yeah, you don't need to worry about ailments because she can inflict ailments with her LB. Her LB will inflict stop and 4 random ailments to all enemies. The stop chance is quite high, 64% at the maximum level. However, like I said, many enemies, especially bosses, resist against these ailments and stop, okay? So I think this make leveling this LB is, yeah, kinda useless. So I suggest you not to level up this one. It is not because this is bad, okay? But because the strongest point of this LB doesn't change when you level it up. The strongest point of this skill is it grants you Weak Eye for 2 turns. Weak Eye is basically the same as Hex Eye, but it deals 20,000 damage per negative effects or ailments instead of 10,000. So this one deals double damage compared to Hex Eye. Also, it means that it will deal minimum of 160,000 damage per turn. So yeah, that's pretty insane, right? And that's only from elemental imperils, okay? Like you can see that the damage is very nice on tough enemies, so especially against Marlboro, okay? You don't need to wait and pray until your Zetzer deal 7,777 damage. You can simply, yeah, pretty sure you will deal this big amount of damage. The next is Soul Swap. I have said that she doesn't have auto refresh ability, so it will be a little hard to maintain her MP because her skills cost a lot of MP. This skill fixes that problem a little bit by killing one character on your party. Okay, so you will recover your health and MP back to full. For best effect, make sure you have auto life buff. Or if you don't have auto life buff, then simply make sure your sacrifice, okay, have acted on that turn. That way you won't waste one turn on the next turn when you revive that character. So you can consume that character and then revive it again immediately, and on the next turn that character able to act again. The last skill is Nullifying Chant. This one is not that good in my opinion, okay? This is basically super Dispel God. It affects the enemies and your own party. It is kinda hard to find good usage of this skill because this skill also remove your party good buff and enemies stats break. I don't say this one is bad, but I think it is, yeah, maybe okay, maybe it is a little hard to find exact situation where this will benefit you, especially because her skills need enemies to be on negative effect and ailments. She also has Scry, but that's basically Libra with 2 physical evasion, so nothing special there. So yeah, enough about abilities, let's talk about equipment. So as a support, she only needs survivability and Empirigen to be able to maintain her hex and breaks, okay. LB regen is also nice because you want to use her weak eye instead of hex eye. With that in mind, you want to be able to fill her LB gauge full every 3 turns, okay. Also, you may want to give her Crazy Day because you want to have all elemental imperils as soon as possible, so she able to imperil elemental resist by herself without any ability, but like you can see that, yeah, one spell is only able to imperil 2 elements. So with her Jinx, with her witchcraft, you only able to imperil 4 elements per turn. Not only that, she only has 6 elemental imperils in total, so you won't get maximum damage, okay. So Crazy Day will fix that weakness, but you can also give this Crazy Day to others if you want to, yeah, if you want to use Kryla as a breaker. That way she can break and, yeah, maintain her hex damage easily. So enough about equipment. My conclusion for her, she is truly unique hero, but in my opinion, she is kinda niche, okay, like 'Zhetzer. Like, you know, 'Zhetzer is pretty good. 'Zhetzer 7777 damage is nice on certain situation, but on normal situation, it is kinda suck, okay. Same for Kryla. That 80 or 160,000 damage may be big on certain situation, but it can be also bad on other situation. Also, what you need to pay attention is you cannot chain this skill, okay, because it happens after the enemies take turn, like poison. But yeah, this skill do have an advantage, hex, okay, because it won't trigger the enemy's threshold attack. This way you can prepare on the next turn against the enemy's threshold attack. One thing I never try is use hex against trial bosses. So I know, okay, I have talked about maybe it is useful against Marlboro, but I never tried it before. However, I believe it will work 99% because if not, then she is probably the most trolling character Gumi ever made. Because yeah, if she doesn't work on hard trial, then basically Gumi is saying to us, hey, we create her for you to kill Belmodar on our shrine. That sounds so stupid, right? So yeah, I believe, okay, even I haven't tried her, I believe her hex will work on Marlboro. Her Trust Master reward is nice for AoE magical tankers such as Misty. I don't think it is that good for your healer because the spirit increase is too small, only 15%. That way, I don't think it is a must-have Trust Master. Kryla is pretty nice hero. She is not troll, okay? So I have said this on the beginning, maybe we get 1 troll and 1 good hero, but actually Gumi give 2 good hero on this banner. But right now, okay, I can only think 1 battle where she is super useful, and that's against Marlboro. She can be useful on other battles too as a breaker. 50% are huge, but if you have 9S, then I don't think you need her as a breaker, okay? For damage, okay, it is good, I said. 160,000 damage per turn, but usually you able to outclass the damage if you able to chain and finish. So yeah, on most situation you can simply replace her with finisher. Okay, so for example, you use Lunette instead of Kryla. If you put Lunette's cut through at the end of your chaining process, I believe that Lunette's cut through will deal more damage than 160,000 on normal battle. Okay, so yeah, only on niche battle. So on most situation, I can only give her 8 to 9 out of 10. Okay, but that doesn't mean she is bad. She will become 10 on certain situation. Really, I'm too confused for her. Okay, one thing for sure is she is not a troll. So yep, I think that's all you need to know about her. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. And of course, Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday, and bye bye.